I don't feel good about being white every day.
This is the delivery mechanism.
And I'm just a female, but just a woman, just a white woman.
This is the payload.
If I was a white man, I would be functioning from a point of an even greater privilege.
If I see a group of young men, and they're like kind of boisterous, I get really nervous. And he's like, well, what if they're black guys? And then she's like, no, wait.
They want to use conviction rates to show the percentage of men that engage in sexual crime relative to women. They don't want us to actually look at the racial composition of the men who are going to jail for sexual assault.
And then they create a hierarchy, and it puts straight white guys at the very bottom and all the other men like just above that. And then you get onto the other identities, right?
It is impossible for the CDC, that is the Center of Disease Control, to find 3 years in a row parity in sexual assault victimization with significant amounts of that victimization done by women to men.
I think that it's a fundamental unfairness that women are allowed to vote on policies for warfare that they then don't have to go fight.
Men don't get the vote if they don't sign up. Women get the vote by default. So literally, men actually have less of the right to vote. Not that the vote is a right, because it's not. But they have less of access to the vote than women do.
Keep your vote, but get rid of the narrative that you're a victim relative.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Honey Badger Radio. My name is Brian. I'm here with Allison, and this is Maintaining Frame. She's being targeted because she's a woman, where we're going to be looking at a law and crime network video about let's say a female offender, and some of the insane, let's say, elements of this. You'll have to stick around to see, and it's probably going to drive you crazy I'm not going to say much else about it. Hopefully you haven't watched it yet, so you don't spoil this for yourself. But before we get started, I'm going to hand it off to Allison to do the Allison things.
All right. So if you want to send a message, if you want to express your outrage at any point throughout the show, if you want to say hi to Wojciech, she's right here. She's even put her paw on me for some reason, hopefully a friendly reason. You can do so at feedthebadger.com/justthetip. That's feedthebadger.com/justthetip. We get the full benefit of whatever funds you send, and you get the benefit of sending your comment, if you should choose, via a non-YouTube enhanced pathway. So that's feedthebadger.com/justthetip. And the monthly fundraiser is open at feedthebadger.com/support. So please take a moment to go in and put in like $5-10. Every bit helps. It's very much appreciated. So that's feedthebadger.com/support. All right. This is it. This is going to be fun.
All right. So we're going to play a bit of let's do the openings, like cold open here. We'll go from there. So
You're Christina.
Can you guys hear that okay? Yeah, you should be able to hear this okay. All right. Sometimes this thing glitches out and there's no audio.
You're Christina?
Yes.
Okay, Christina, do me a favor. Can you step out of the car for me?
Christina Formella could go on trial this year for a long list of sex crimes involving one of her former students.
But you can't even give me like an idea as to what this is about?
I look at everything we know about her case as she prepares for a new court date in January. I'm Anjanette Levy, and this is Crime Fix.
All right. So we have set our stage. We have a female sex offender.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
she's being arrested for that. Well, no, we'll let you guys decide on what your thoughts are.
What your thoughts are.
Let's skip ahead to the setup. This is after the little introduction. Like over right here. Okay.
Right there on your screen. It's been more than 9 months since police in Downers Grove, Illinois, pulled into Christina Formella's driveway and told her they needed to talk. By the end of the day, in March of 2025, she was in jail, charged with sex crimes.
Oh, how did that ever happen? Would you just notice the framing right off the back?
It's like no, what do you mean?
Well, the framing is on her as the protagonist.
Oh yeah, sure.
Like we don't start with the crimes. We don't start with a statement by the victim. All right. We just start with her. Oh my God, just out of nowhere. The police nation attack. Poor her. Like it's
Yeah. Police
she could
pounce.
not possibly have known why she was going to jail. Even though the plot thickens as we go through, and
Mhm.
she definitely knew why. But we're gonna start with this just blindsided her. Poor, delicate, attractive young woman, in the prime of her youth, and she was just blindsided by the horrible police taking her away. I'm just saying it starts very sympathetic to her, considering what she did and the premeditated nature of it. But let's keep going.
All right, so let's keep going. Yeah, they're still setting it up.
Grove South High School, where Formella was a special education teacher and coach.
So she was a special education teacher. That seems to be something they gloss over, but I think it's important because if it's one of her students, then these aren't just like, it's not just a kid, it's a kid with special needs.
Yeah.
Formella
Yeah. Well, I mean,
made
that has a range, though. It could also be somebody.
Yeah, it could just people with learning difficulties and stuff, sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But,
they are, I would say could you at least say they're especially vulnerable?
Yes, I would think so, because they're probably separated from the main body of students. They probably have a closer relationship with her, and she's helping them with something that, like it's not a situation where a student who's very confident necessarily. So yeah, she's in a position of greater authority than just a regular teacher with a whole bunch of in a class full of teenage boys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's keep going.
All right, let me just check my time code here. Yeah, they're still setting it up.
Headlines for many reasons. First of all, she's very attractive.
So she made headlines in part because she's attractive. That's what this woman is saying.
She knows it. Police said
Wait, that's why she made headlines.
Well, a lot. That's one of the reasons. Let's try to be charitable. Let's listen to this again.
where Formella was a special education teacher and coach. Formella's case made national headlines for many reasons. First of all, she's very attractive, and she knows it. Police said that she told them that people try to get her into trouble because she's good looking. Formella had been married for less than a year when she was arrested and charged with sexually abusing that male student. She has a good looking husband, a house in the suburbs.
Wait. Where she was arrested and charged. Okay, let's look at first of all, I don't know. I'm hoping this is slightly snide, the way that they're approaching this, by saying, oh, well, she got arrested. She says she got arrested because she's good looking.
No, I don't. This woman who's covering the story is not putting her, like, trying to frame her as a victim or anything, I don't think.
Okay, all right.
But she is trying to be a little bit sensationalist because she's doing a news thing. So there's a little bit of this, like, she's putting a little sizzle on it. But I don't think that, I've watched this thing like 3 times, and I don't think she's siding with her.
Yeah,
but that's not necessary, considering that there are people directly involved with this case that are going to say some stuff that's pretty upsetting. So, like, I wouldn't worry about the host of the show.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm assuming this is snide.
Yeah.
I'm just making a point about what the alleged perp is saying.
Yeah. The
how
tone.
she's being persecuted for being so attractive.
Yeah. Do you want to see the body cam segment? She gets, like, pulled over. I'm sorry, what were you going to say? All right.
Well, I was just going to say, yeah, that's what happens. That people who are really attractive are more likely to be persecuted and socially ostracized. Oh man, sounds like a freaking narcissist, which incidentally is often who preys on young and vulnerable people. Narcissists and sociopaths. Well, sociopaths, no, more like narcissists, especially women, like vulnerable narcissists, and convince themselves they're a victim of how attractive this young person was. I wonder if that will come up, because I haven't actually watched this whole thing. I've only engaged parts of the transcript. So
yeah.
I'm making a prediction. I'm making a prediction that she will say that it wasn't her fault. She was a victim of how attractive and or sexually forward and or aggressive the boy was. I'm just making a prediction, but let's find out. Just putting it there.
Right.
Put it on the bingo card.
Let's see. Here's the body cam footage.
Go back to March 16th of 2025, when a Downers Grove police officer went to Formella's home to pick her up after the teenage boy and his mom went to police and reported the abuse.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
Officer Guzman with Downers Grove. Do you have your license on you?
Tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain. I'm sure you're confused. I'll explain everything to you. You're Christina?
Yes.
Okay, Christina, do me a favor. Can you step out of the car for me? I know you're confused. I'll explain everything to you. You don't have anything on you? You can just grab whatever you need.
Whatever I need.
Yeah, whatever you need. Like your phone, your purse, go ahead and grab it.
Is she going somewhere? Or?
Yeah, we're gonna explain.
Is it bad that I have just a visceral reaction to women doing this? Like, oh. Like, Jesus.
She's verklempt.
She's verklempt, yeah.
She's verklempt.
I cannot believe that you would arrest me for what I did to that boy. That he should be so grateful for. God damn. Okay, let's keep going.
All right. So yeah, we'll play a little bit more of this.
Happening because the mother of the boy Formella is accused of having sex with went to police after the state attorney said she found text messages between her son and Formella on his phone.
Okay, I'm going to give her this. All right, it is YouTube, so the R word is verboten for channels who don't want to be demonetized and throttled by the algorithm. But what this woman did was not have sex with a 14-year-old boy.
Mm-hmm.
He did the R word with the 14-year-old boy. Because a 14-year-old boy, particularly one who's special needs, and maybe it's not an intellectual impairment, maybe it's a learning impairment, but that still means he's more isolated from the student body, he's more dependent on his teacher. So yeah, this is not good. This is an abuse of authority, a real abuse of authority, not just a temp teacher in university having a relationship with a sophomore. You know what I'm talking about. Right? Like it's like a 26-year-old dude having a relationship with a 21-year-old woman in university. This is completely freaking different. All right, let's keep going.
All right.
It's not a shock at all that the mother reports it to police, but Christina appears shocked when police approach her. Now back to the video.
I don't understand what's going on here.
I get it, yeah. You can go grab your things.
Her husband is in the passenger side. He doesn't know anything about this. So he's just like, what is going on?
Can he come with me?
Yes. You stay there for right now, sir. Just stay there, but yes, you can. But come on back here.
Should I shut the car off?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Goes off.
What, you gonna try and hit him? I mean,
No.
escape?
Oh,
Peacefully withdraw?
I was going to say we should probably do a brief update at some point about that situation.
We could.
But considering how much crap I got in the comments over it. All right, let's keep going.
You'll keep getting crap regardless. But okay, let's keep going.
Okay. Let's right back over here. So we do have an investigation going on. We have to talk to you about it at the police department, okay? So we're going to explain everything to you there. It's not my investigation. I don't know the full details. We do have to bring you there, though, okay? So I do have to put you in handcuffs and bring you to the police department. Just a Downers Grove.
Handcuffs?
Yes, unfortunately, yes.
I'm like willing to go with you.
I get it, yeah. Unfortunately, we have to do it that way. So do me a favor, we just take this off.
They're so polite.
Yeah.
It's like they're so gracious, It's like I am sorry, but you will have to be escorted by handcuffs, right?
Well, I'll give her this much: she is complying.
Yeah, that's true.
So
there you go.
Yeah.
Can I ask you what?
Of course, yeah. It's not, like I said, it's not my investigation. Obviously, we're here for a reason. So go ahead and turn around for me. So right now you're being detained, and there is a detective that needs to talk to you at the police department.
Okay, so
where's parking lot Batman when you need him? That's what I want to
stop
know.
hurting her.
Stop hurting her. You're hurting her.
It would be great. A parking lot Batman just popped out of that bush over there.
Yeah. Anyway,
okay.
you were saying?
Well, I was saying that She's really putting it on, and it's got that quality if you know that she's putting it on, this innocence act, and also the fact that they came right out and arrested her like this. The evidence must be pretty strong.
Well, the woman talking that's doing this report, the host of this video, said that it was the child's mother who found text messages and contacted police. So they have the text messages, which we're going to see later on in this video. And I'm betting that the cops that came to get her probably don't know all the details because it's an investigation. They needed to get her, but they're probably like, let's keep this confidential for the most part, right? So they probably legit don't know what she's in for. They just would like go get her, and well, I don't know, maybe they do, but I mean that's what I would think. So all right, anyway, so yeah, they are let's just keep going.
So we'll let if your husband know. He can just come to the police department as well if he wants to wait for you there.
I muted it because he probably said his name or some address or something that would dox, innocence involved. So
I'm like,
I get it. You have a lot of questions.
So scared.
Yeah, everything's okay.
You're so scared?
That's all.
yeah, she's scared. She
She
said so.
Wow. That's scared for you, is it? Well, I'm sure you are scared because you've been found out.
It's kind of
I'm
scary.
so scared of the consequences that I have.
Amply deserved. I'm so scared of them. The reason, okay, I shouldn't be. This is really dark. I apologize, guys, but this is the most low energy effort at damseling I've ever seen. It's like, you know what I mean, Brian? It's like she's not making much of an effort. I cannot really give her over a 3 out of 10 for this damseling. She just needs to, I think she needs to step it up. There needs to be more falling over, fainting, crying, gnawing of ankles, that kind of thing. Just kick it up a notch. Anyway, don't, because I don't want these police to have a worse day, but I just keep going.
All right.
Nothing else on your pocket right now? Anything else?
My phone.
Just your phone?
Here.
Okay. Okay. All right, we're heading to the back of this car. On the other side. Once you get to the police department, you'll talk to the detective and he'll explain everything to you.
But you can't even give me like an idea as to what this is about?
Other than it's an investigation, that's all I can really tell you right now. I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you more.
Is he coming with me?
We'll let him know right now.
And now we wait. I have a Rumble rant from NovaFan21. Gives the $1 and says, as the saying goes, it's afraid. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So she sort of sits there and stews. I'm going to move on to the next bit. We're going to get into the actual text messages. So what is the deal?
Yeah. What's the deal? Why is this woman arrested?
What is the deal here?
Why did the police nation attack?
I'm so lost right now.
I'm just, like I said, I can't answer any questions right now. Other than just to tell you that right now you're being detained for an investigation and we're bringing you into the police department. And once you get there, they're going to fill you in on everything.
Police drove Formella to the police station. Detectives questioned her there. And remember, I told you this all started when that teenage boy's mom saw text messages between her son and Formella. The state attorney said the woman was setting up her son's new iPhone when she found the tawdry texts between the two of them. One was between her son and an unknown number. The prosecutor.
All right. So now they're going to get into the text messages. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is a little bit sensitive, and it's very lascivious. Is that the word I want?
Lascivious is
It
probably
gets
a good word.
lascivious. Yeah.
Said that the woman's son wrote in one of the texts, "I love you so, so much, mama." And the unknown number texted back, "I love you so much, baby. Even though this morning was short, it was perfect." The teen messaged back, I know, baby, it was perfect, baby, so perfect. The unknown number then texted back, I love having sex with you. And the teen responded, I know, baby, I love it so much. It feels so good. It's so passionate. It's so intimate. It's so perfect. Now, I can only imagine what that mother was thinking when she read these text messages. So mom is likely livid, and she marches her son down to the Downers Grove
Livid?
PD.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
that-
So
is
she
that a
marches her
wrong-
son down to the Downers Grove PD. I don't know if the son is in trouble too. I'm not really sure about that. Because the mom he might be in trouble with her. I don't know. But let's keep going. There's more.
For Formella's detention from March of 2025 stated, according to the teen, he and defendant had developed feelings for each other. The teen said that one morning in December 2023, before school, he had met up with the defendant in her classroom. The teen said that defendant had closed her door, which automatically locked, that they had started kissing, that he had grabbed her butt, and she had grabbed his private parts over the clothes, that she had removed his pants and underwear, that they had removed her leggings, and that they had engaged in sexual intercourse while standing up. As police drove Christina.
Wow, that escalated.
Yeah.
Right? You have a bunch of kids that you're supposed to be taking care of, and then you do this. All right.
All right.
The police department, you can kind of see the wheels turning in her head. What could this be about? And why am I in handcuffs in the back of the
Oh,
cruiser?
she knows why
Her
she's
reactions,
there.
They will become important later. Prosecutors say Christina Formella denied having sex with the teenage boy when detectives interviewed her. And they said that she claimed that everyone comes after her because she's good looking. The state's attorney said that Formella also told them that she just cared too much about this teenage boy. When detectives confronted Formella about notes she had written in her iPhone.
All right. So this is her. She's trying to make her defense. I just care so much. I care so much. I'm not laughing at the situation. I just, I kind of want to make a joke about it, but I'm not going to. But this is her. What?
You can make a joke at her expense.
Well, it wouldn't really be at anyone's expense to be laughing at the situation, but I'm not going to do it. It's okay. So
All right.
let's keep going here.
Prosecutors said she claimed they were an outlet for her anxiety brought on by this teenage boy. Now, here's one of the passages that detectives said they found in Formella's phone.
Wait. Was I just vindicated? My prediction?
Let's go back.
Prosecutors said she claimed they were an outlet for her.
So the messages, I think, is what they're saying were an outlet for her anxiety. Okay, let's keep going.
Formella about notes she had written in her iPhone.
Yeah, notes she wrote in her iPhone. That's what it was. And she's saying they were ways of dealing with her anxiety.
Prosecutors said
Anxiety.
they were an outlet for her anxiety brought on by this teenage boy. Now, here's one of the passages.
So she's basically doing an adolescence. Right? She was afraid of the boy. Therefore, how could she possibly be responsible for aping him? I can't do the hard R, guys, but I'll let you guys just add in the hard R, right? So I actually had an argument on Twitter with a feminist about just this thing. She had watched Adolescence, and I had shown some of the statistics around sexual abuse of boys by women. And she said, well, I watched Adolescence, therefore I don't see how a boy could be raped by an adult woman. Women are afraid of boys.
Mm-hmm.
Because of adolescence. So literally, adolescence has become an excuse for women sexually assaulting boys because boys make them afraid. That's what, so this boy is causing her anxiety. That's why she has these notes, these presumably very explicit notes in her iPhone. But do you see how she's moving it so that, he's the potential threat?
Yeah.
This is one of the things that disgusts me most about female criminals is
at least male criminals sort of own it to a degree. They don't start this whole rigmarole about how they're threatened by their victims, but female criminals do, and it's despicable. Okay.
All right.
Found in Formella's phone. I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I'm not any of that. I've just lost interest. I went back and screenshotted every single time that I said we should break up until after the wedding and after you graduated. And every single effing time you came back and convinced me it would be fine.
Yeah, so she says, I went back and screenshotted every single. So this is like a note to the boy, I think. And I said that we should break up until after the wedding and after you graduated. And every single effing time you came back and convinced me it would be fine. So now she's basically saying that this guy, this boy, is like in the driver's seat, essentially. Like he's got control over the relationship. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, she's playing the victim. As you do if you're a female predator. Why not? People will buy it.
Yeah, you're doing this to me, right? And also, kind of gross. Like, wait until you graduate, and after the wedding, like her wedding, maybe, I don't know.
Yes.
But she's already married. She's married. She got married. Yeah, she got married after this. These are old text messages.
She started grooming him at 14.
Before she got married. Yes, when he was 14.
Before she got married. So she was having sex with this kid, raping this kid in the lead up to her marriage, and then after. And then apparently what happened was, of course, she lost interest, right? Maybe he was moving from that perfect, porpoise 14 with no actual like strong masculine features. And now he's moving into 16, getting a little old for her, no doubt. Little old, she can't handle that. So she lost interest. And of course, he thought, because she said this was some kind of love affair. I think she said that she fell in love with him. She probably said that to him too. So he's like, well, why aren't we still going? God, this is sick.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Because you got old, kid. She isn't interested in you anymore. You turned 16. You got old. Good Lord.
Okay. Every single breakup, only for you to end things saying you couldn't get over it. You ruined us. I warned you we should have never started dating a long effing time ago. And you gaslit me and convinced me it was fine every single time because that's who you are.
What the fuck is this incoherent nonsense? Okay, I'm trying to find a logical through line.
She's blaming him for the situation. She's saying that he did this to her. This teenage boy gaslit her and he was controlling.
But here, I initiated every single breakup only for you to end things saying you couldn't get over it? What?
Yeah, like I guess ended the breakup or canceled the breakup.
And end things would be the relationship. So she's saying she initiated every single breakup only for you to end things saying you couldn't get over it. You mean maybe she's saying that he would end the breakup?
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Okay, maybe that's where my confusion is. This just sounds like a whole bunch of narcissistic ranting. Let's be honest. We will never ever be together again. I'm not a second chance.
A second choice.
A second choice. What? I'm not a second choice?
Yeah,
I'm the best thing you'll ever have.
She's still reading that. I can just play it.
Okay, all right.
Second choice. I'm the best thing you'll ever have, even with all of my mistakes. You once again waited and strung me along until it was convenient for you. It broke me.
Wait. How is he stringing her along if she's breaking up? Do you see how she's contradicting herself over and over again? In this fucking narcissistic spiel? Right, I'm the best thing you'll ever have, even with all my mistakes. You once again waited and strung me along until it was convenient for you. He's 16. But what do you think he's doing? Like, what he's blowing you off for his stable of Holstein models? Like,
he's
what?
He's negging you.
Oh, good Lord!
He's spinning plates, Allison. He's spinning plates, and she's just not one of those plates.
Yeah, she's not willing to be one of those plates. And good. Oh, could you imagine this in like the Lolita book? Like if Humperdinck said something like this, just what a bunch of gaslighting bullshit. Okay, keep going.
All right.
It changed me. I'm not sad. I'm effing mad that I let a 16-year-old F word with me like that. And I made a promise to myself that I will never let any guy F word with me like that again.
Okay, wait a second. This is a screed from a woman who's having sex with groomed a special needs child from 14 to 16, had a relationship from 14 to 16, subsequently got married, presumably to a man who's of age. One would.
Yeah. I think
she's
so.
the one saying, you are screwing with me. You're stringing me along. Right? Like she's the one saying all this. I think she's an unreliable narrator.
To herself? Like these are her messages to this kid. I mean, she's obviously the one I think that's engaged in gaslighting.
Yeah, obviously. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying that we cannot rely upon this woman's account of the events that preceded that prior to her arrest. I don't think she's reliable. A reliable witness to the events that she was part of. Okay, let's.
All right.
Unbelievable.
There was a section in Formella's so-called memoir entitled Manifestations that read, "The teen is going to reach out to me soon and try to fix things between us. In the meantime, I'm going to live my best life knowing he's not the person I thought he was and that he is beneath me."
Wow.
Oh God.
So she's already like, what is it like? Waiting to exhale, like these movies where the woman breaks up with the guy and frees herself from an underage boy. By the way, all right.
Yeah, from her underage victim. This is a new level. This is a new level of predatory. I know it's not ebophilia, predatory sexual behavior towards underage children. Like this is because she's cast him in this eat love pray freaking psychodrama in her head. But I like how she's manifesting things, right? She's doing them. This is what this is. This is a note of manifestation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her memoir is called Manifestations. So, all right.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
She's trying to say that this is what she wants to have happen. And that's what the manifestation thing is. Like you see sometimes all these single women and they're like, I'm manifesting so hard. When is it going to happen for me? And manifesting is just thinking, oh, this is what I want. This is what I want.
Fake it till you make it.
Not even. They're not doing
even,
anything.
Yeah, it's like
they're just
wishing
sitting
upon
there,
a star.
hoping, wishing upon a, not even wishing upon a star, just wishing in their own heads. Like, oh, I really want this to happen. And because I really want it to happen, it's going to happen. And in this case, she is manifesting that he comes back to her. This poor kid's trying to drag his life away from this woman. And she's casting it as some kind of horrible thing that he's doing to her. Well, of course she would, right? She's a predator. Let's continue.
Police said they found another note in Formella's phone from November 2024 that read, "The teen and I will connect again soon in a positive way. We will both get the closure we need in order to move on in a healthy way. We will be able to be a part of each other's lives forever. We will be in each other's lives forever. We will be able to love each other while also living our own lives." As detectives question,
she's got to date other teens. He's getting a little old. Well, it's not me, it's you. I need to find myself another 14-year-old. You've aged out. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right. Next.
going to jail.
I'm just gonna put your seatbelt on. Unless are you able to reach it down there? Alright. Sure you don't want a tissue or something?
I have a feeling I'm gonna throw up.
You want a bag?
Yes, please.
Alright. Shauna, can you grab like a bag out of there?
Why?
Hey, can you get like a
Why what?
Well, I love the lizard eyes right now here. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
He's like doing the side eye. Is this working? God damn. Ugh, what a
Just in case she gets
creature.
nauseous. Yeah. I don't know. Do we have any of those emesis bags like laying around the spot? I figure it's something better than nothing.
Christina Formella says she fears that she may throw up. She's been interviewed by police, and according to the records that I mentioned, it did not go well for her. As she sits in the back of the transport vehicle, the gravity of this situation hits her.
Right here, if you stay with her, I'll go grab it.
She's just crying for herself. Is there something she does, or she just freaking cry?
Yeah, she cries for a while. Basically, she's realizing her life is over. So I think there's, let me see. There's more after this. I think that we're gonna get to something else.
What the fuck, huh? I'm the consequences of my actions. I didn't see that coming. I just raped a kid. What the hell? Why am I being persecuted? Something's coming. Something's happening. Maybe she's getting her bag.
Here you go.
A few paper towels on the floor here if you need it, all right?
Super polite police. Super
Christina
basic.
Yeah.
Gets comfortable for the ride to the jail, and it seems to take a while. Eventually, she calms down and stops crying, and the next day, a judge allowed her to be released over the objections of prosecutors, but she was ordered to not have any contact with the victim. Formella,
Oh, geez.
Mhm.
That's quite the so she went free on bail, but she can't have contact with the victim. Did they even stop her from going to work?
I assume she got fired.
I hope
mean,
so.
like
I hope she got fired. But who knows?
I would assume. I
in
don't
this
know.
world-
I don't think they actually go into that. So
Yeah, you never know. I mean, she might still be working there. Who knows? Okay.
I mean, well, yeah. I think that her trial is like this month. So let's keep going.
Well, we'll see if she even gets any
Appeared
time.
to be in shambles. Then came a hearing in June of 2025 where prosecutors announced a grand jury indictment charging her with more than 50 new felonies, including sexual assault, grooming, and indecent solicitation of a child. And the sexual encounters, according to prosecutors, were not a one-time thing. And they claim the grooming started when that boy was 14. Assistant State's Attorney Jacqueline McAndrews said during the hearing, they had sex so many times that the teen was able to describe the marks on the defendant's right butt cheek, on her chest, and in the middle of her back. And again, the defense attaches to its response this arrest card and says, well, the police didn't note any tattoos. And here the boy says, well, she does have a tattoo.
So yeah, they had a lot of sex. Frequently. But we're gonna keep there's a little bit more left on this time code. I just want to make sure that we don't miss anything. 1436. Yeah, it's like 20 seconds.
Andrews said during the hearing that there were at least 45 sexual encounters, some at the school and some at Formella's home. The text messages are laid out in the petition, and I'm not going to rehash them. I know Your Honor has had an opportunity to review those, but there are text messages dated November 6th of 2023 at 8:45 p.m. on a Monday. And in those text messages, they discuss the fact that a teacher almost walked in on them.
Yeah, so
Lovely.
Yeah, 15 seconds. Hold on. There's a little bit more.
Andrew continued, this defendant continued to abuse the teenage boy, despite the fact that in the midst of this, apparently the defendant's own neighbor had gotten caught doing the exact same thing she was doing, which was sexually abusing a high school student. And there are text messages between the defendant and the boy dated November 4th of 2023.
So the defendant, the woman, has a neighbor who was doing the exact same thing. Like another female, I assume, teacher.
Well, we don't know that.
Well,
But
this
yeah,
is what this is like one of the notes.
Wow,
what
this
the
is
claim
amazing that you could have like two women in one neighborhood, or potentially two women.
Yeah, well, yeah, we don't know for sure, but I think so. Anyway.
Yeah.
And she talks about how she's scared because she just learned that her neighbor had gotten caught. So she knew what she was doing was wrong, but none of these close calls deterred her. McAndrew.
All right. There's more of this stuff, but we can like move on to something else unless you want to get through the rest of these. The 1533. I mean, there is a little bit more in this one. Hold on. Let's play the rest of this.
Said. So the fact that the defendant coached on Thursdays doesn't mean that they didn't have sex because she abused him during school hours, not after school, during the school day. And it was confirmed by police that Thursdays were block days at Downers Grove South. So that corroborates the teen's statement. And again, that explains why this defendant selected Thursdays to be the day that she lured the teen into her home to sexually abuse him. And again, she did this even after one of her neighbors had seen the teen walking through the defendant's backyard and had confronted the defendant about it. This was even after the defendant's own husband unexpectedly arrived home one Thursday morning. That didn't stop the defendant. Now, during the hearing, prosecutors were asking that Christina Formella be detained in jail until her trial, but the judge denied the request, instead placing strict restrictions on Formella, like GPS monitoring, limiting where she could travel, and monitoring her electronic devices. Last year, Christina Formella's family issued the following
Might need to stop it.
Yeah.
So there you go. Already starting with the female sentencing discount.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going
to go home. What?
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to quickly see if this is something that is like a. I'm just going to see if this is a situation where she did indeed get a sentencing discount. Unbelievable. And I know that this is we're about to get to the cherry on the shit Sunday. Okay, so a man charged with the same pattern of conduct could get bail, but in practice, men in comparable teacher-student cases are more likely to be detained or face higher, stricter bond condition than she has. What happened in her case? Prosecutors asked that she be detained pre-trial. The judge instead allowed release with conditions like GPS monitoring and restrictions on contact with minors and movement. Wow, at least they did that, huh, guys? She has remained out on bond while the case moves through courts. How similar male cases are usually handled. In many male teacher-student cases with repeated assaults or grooming, judges often set significant cash bonds and sometimes grant prosecution requests for detention, citing danger to the community or risk of reoffending. Even when bail is granted, conditions for male defendants are often stricter and amounts higher, especially where there are numerous courts, clear grooming, and multiple locations, school at home, all features present in this case. So while it is not impossible that a man in her shoes would also get bail, there is a strong defensible argument that a male teacher with 50 plus felony counts for repeated abuse of a teen would face a tougher pre-trial detention decision than she has so far. Is anybody surprised here? I mean, you could knock me over with a feather at how not surprised I am. That is, she is getting the absolute kid glove treatment. I mean, I don't know how much better she could be treated. The police were very.
Well, they could let her go.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. It could be worse. It could be worse. And then what's really galling about all this is feminists will look at a case like Brock Turner. Right? And they'll be like, oh my God, that's what men get when men are never held to account. I'm like, Brock Turner got a sentence that a woman would get. In fact, he didn't even get a sentence that a woman would get, because if he had been a woman doing exactly the same things, the case probably would never have gone to trial. And in fact, he likely would have a very upstanding feminist comedian career because there is a female Brock Turner. It's Amy Schumer. And in her stand-up routines, she describes almost exactly what happened with the Brock Turner incident, and apparently to great laughs. And actually, her situation was even more sexually exploitative. So, that's how it goes. But they use that as evidence that women are men get off. They get off scot-free. So when a man gets a sentence that a woman would get, that's evidence of patriarchy. Astounding, isn't it? All right, let's keep going.
All right, let me just check, make sure I'm on the. Yeah, this is the next time thing.
Support of her. The public shaming of women accused of sexual misconduct reflects deep.
I think you need to go
No,
back.
this is the money shot right here.
Okay, we're at the money shot, guys.
This is the money shot. This is the big argument.
Yeah, you put it on DJ.
All right.
Issued the following statement in support of her. The public shaming of women accused of sexual misconduct reflects deeply embedded patterns of misogyny that have persisted across generations. Christina has become the latest target of this troubling phenomenon, subjected to relentless personal attacks and sexist scrutiny that ignore the legal process entirely. Major platforms have chosen character assassination over due process, deploying the same misogynistic playbook used against countless women before her,
who've also sexually abused minors. This is one hell of an astounding statement to make, isn't it? Like, it's just like they're like, yeah, we reject reality and substitute our own. What exactly? How has she been publicly shamed? And why shouldn't she be publicly shamed? That's the other question.
Well, so I mean, like they said early on, like this story made the headlines, and a lot of these stories of teachers raping their students at least they become news. So like, you'll find a lot of them in the Daily Mail and stuff. We cover them all the time on the news show. So this family is just coping. They're just like, oh, this must be sexism somehow. So that's what they're trying to deploy the sexist allegations. But I mean,
circle the wagons.
Yeah.
Ugh. And is it even alleged with this much evidence?
Well, I mean, because there hasn't been, like a conviction yet. It's just like it's still going through the process. But I mean, it doesn't look good for her. It doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't.
But anyway.
Well, I mean, she's a female sex offender. Maybe she'll do like 3 months community time at the end. Won't have to register as a sex offender, and she can do her community time in like a boys swimming club. There you go. That's exactly the kind of justice that she needs. And then she should get a bouquet of flowers and a lifetime supply to, I don't know, Valentine's chocolate. That's how we should treat our female sexual predators. Anything less is patriarchy. Okay.
Yep. All right.
Before her, the double standard is stark and undeniable. When men face accusations, we discuss evidence and procedure. When women face accusations, we attack their character, their choices, and their worth as human beings. This isn't justice. It's gender-based persecution disguised as accountability.
What the What?
I need Twilight Zone music for that, because this is like the inverse of reality. Are you kidding me? Like with Brock Turner, did we like discuss evidence of procedure, or was it just like a mob of people standing around outside of his place waiting for him to come outside?
Me Too didn't happen. Right?
No, Me Too didn't exist. It was all men. It was men doing that.
We were all
so many women lost their jobs over Me Too because men. Yeah.
We were discussing evidence and procedure and due process with all of those men accused, right? That's that. You guys didn't, we didn't see that. That didn't happen. What actually happened was a whole bunch of women were being accused and their character was dragged through the mud and they lost their jobs and their careers.
Yep. I remember when Harriet Weinstein was under investigation and accused of about a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
You remember Roberta
Harry-
Cosby?
Yeah. Yes. Wilhelmina Cosby getting all those allegations thrown at her.
And all the women who basically were accused of just being slightly awkward.
This is literally like upside down world stuff.
We attack their character, their choices, and their worth. Okay, but here's the thing. They're saying when women face accusations, specifically this woman, we attack their character, their choices, and their worth as human beings. Okay. Now it's looking pretty bad for her. So I would say that she has really shitty character. Her choices, I don't even want to call them subpar. They are predatory and monstrous. And her worth, I don't know. I don't find the worth of people who sexually prey on minors, like 14-year-olds. I don't find their worth to be very high. Like they're trying to make this wrong. Are we supposed to regard her as having a superlative character, as seeing her choices as excellent, and that her worth has been enhanced by her raping a 14-year-old boy, raping and grooming a 14-year-old boy? Are we supposed to say, oh, it's horrible to judge her character, her choices, and her worth? Right here. That's what they're saying. They're saying, how dare you? How dare you? You know, and they don't actually say anything like she didn't do it and we stand by her. No. And this is the thing. This is what guilty people do often. And this is why people can't tell the difference often between somebody who's guilty and innocent. Innocent people will attack the accusation, but that makes them seem guilty to other people. So somebody who's innocent will say, I didn't do that. And people will think, wow, that's obvious evidence of their guilt. It's freaking weird the way the human mind works. But if the person attacks the accusation, they seem less guilty, less defensive. That's what they're doing here. But notice in all of this statement, what isn't in this statement? She's innocent. I'm pretty sure. Was there anything saying she didn't do these things? Right? Was there a single statement in here? This was like, she didn't do it. She's innocent. We stand by her and we wait for her exoneration. Was that in the statement anywhere? Was it? Did you go back a little bit? Maybe
go back a little bit to where?
To the beginning of the statement.
All right.
The other part of the statement. I want to just double check. The public shaming of women accused of sexual. Okay, maybe this is just a segment of the statement. So I'm just going to confirm.
Shouldn't we shame women who engage in sexual misconduct, though? Like,
yes,
seems kind of normal to me.
Okay, all right. Yes.
Women shouldn't be shamed for anything ever.
Yes, we should shame women for rape. We should shame them for grooming children. We should shame them for sexual abuse. And the other thing that I would like people to shame women for is for repeatedly and falsely pretending that sexual abuse and sexual crimes are a male-only problem. Now, I'm alone in shaming women for that, but it'd be nice if people would start doing that as well. But yes, we should be shaming this woman if she did this, which it's looking very strongly like she did. She hasn't. I don't know if she's entered a plea yet. Let me just check. Did her family?
She has pled not guilty, but we got to get to the end of that.
Okay, let's go then.
All right. So next, there were 18. I want to get after this because there's something else.
And their worth as human beings. This isn't justice. It's gender-based persecution disguised as accountability. The spokesperson for Formella's family painted Formella as a victim, saying she's not being covered, and accused the media of stalking and hunting her. She's tracked, surveilled, photographed, and followed everywhere she goes. So-called content creators have crossed state lines to stare at her in court, and more disturbingly, approach her directly.
Crossing state lines? Oh no!
So one
of them Kyle Rittenhouse? Did he go with a fully automatic camera to take pictures of her?
they're essentially reporting on this case, which is probably being like the proceedings are public. And
Remember,
they're presuming
this
to
is
talk
her,
to her.
but this is her defense attorney. This is the
No, but that's her
representative.
family, I think. Okay, so in their statement,
spokesperson for the family, but I think that they got somebody to do whatever they could to like paint her in as good a light as possible, and this is all they have.
this is not
So-
stalking. Going
No,
to
of course
a
not.
public courtroom to watch the proceedings and then going up to her afterwards and talking to her is not stalking. They've even followed her into church. She goes to church. Oh boy.
I love that. That's nice touch, guys. Touching on that. They follow her to church where she was feeding the homeless. You should like lay that up, but say she's like the soup kitchen and there are people harassing her when she's trying to like serve the community. You should like really lean into all that. Like what else could she do that you don't have to produce receipts for?
Why is she still going to these
she's
public
like adopting
places?
puppies and there are people and they won't leave her alone when she's just trying to take care of like
Puppies,
there was a dog that was hit by a car and she brought it home and
she's being stalked by the paparazzi. I'm just curious why these people are just okay with this. Like her church. This is fine. That's okay. They don't have a problem with her like just going to church. They're just fine with it. I mean, I guess they're waiting for presumption. But here's the thing with the statement from her family. In their statement, they emphasize that Christina is presumed innocent and her case will be decided in a courtroom, not on a social media platform, and demand fairness and respect for due process. Saying that she's presumed innocent, right? That is deflecting. This is what liars do. They don't actually ever say, like if you say to, if you actually direct them, they try to reframe what you're saying and answer a different question, which is exactly what her family's spokesperson is doing here. Is Christina innocent? Christina is presumed innocent, and their case will be decided in a courtroom. That doesn't sound really good. It sounds like it's a bunch of people who don't think she did anything wrong, except she did according to the law, but the law is wrong. She's really okay. I mean, 50 plus counts of grooming and sexually abusing a minor. What does that matter? Especially when some minor's a boy. I mean, after all, there's some man somewhere who's saying, why didn't I have teachers like that when I was his age? Which means that it can't possibly be illegal, right? Like this is something that she should just get a free pass on it because there are adult men who fantasize about just this scenario, and just forget about all the women who sent love letters to Wade Wilson and other serial killers and rapists of women. Forget those women sending those love letters to those types of criminals. That doesn't mean that women should be free. Should be free to actually engage in sexual crimes against women. Oh God, I'm getting more and more into this insane logic, and I need to just extract myself. Sorry.
Okay. All right. I got a Rumble rant. I gotta read this Rumble rant. Okay. So Nobafan gave us $1 earlier, and he says, "Feminists, we need to stop slandering women. Me not doing that to women is why female predators are a thing." Yeah. Somebody in the vertical chat said something I want to read too. Logan Blackwood said, "Duty to society instead of sexual freedom is considered old-fashioned, but actually it's what keeps insane degeneracy at bay. I think women would do away with all sexual ethics, age of consent, abortion restrictions, etc., as long as it gave them absolute freedom. Oddly, they wouldn't apply this liberalism to men's choices." Yeah.
Of course not.
Yes, because liberation, this is the thing. This is like the end. What is the end point of female liberation? We're like moving towards it and things are not getting better. So especially when there's no duties at all even discussed.
Yeah,
Don't
what happens
make
when
a joke about that because I said duty. All right.
What happens when we liberate women and they hold up half the sky? So what happens when half the sky falls? I mean, this is what I want to ask these people who are like chanting, women hold up half the sky. And I'll just say, well, what happens if they drop it? Right? Is that possible?
Walk away. Yeah.
Or walk away or abort it. Okay, let's keep going.
All right.
even followed her into church, violating the sanctity of worship and terrorizing her family. This isn't journalism or accountability. It's predatory behavior masquerading as public interest. When content creation becomes stalking, we've crossed every ethical line that separates legitimate reporting from harassment.
This is very strange.
That's like,
well, that everybody's after this woman, like that's unusual.
she's being preyed on by predators. Oh man, I wonder if she knows what that's like. This is just, like I said, this is just like a pathetic attempt at defending her, and it's just like falling apart. Like it has nothing on it.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, I'm playing.
Oh, this is
Christina has been splintered into internet caricatures, predator, unfaithful wife, hypocrite.
Wait.
Wait, are none of those true?
Are none of those true? Like I would say, yeah, we should wait for the trial, but look at the evidence, right? Look at the text even on her own phone. And if there wasn't like a strong evidence, the police probably wouldn't have arrested her. Okay, this is they don't do it for nothing.
The boy knows more
especially
details
with
about
women.
her body than the investigators did. Like he could tell you what her ass cheek looks like because he's seen it so many times. I'm
Ugh.
sorry, that's just like, I mean, I'm just letting you know. He knows
No,
she has a
I
tattoo
know.
where other people did not know, which
I
gives you an
am
idea of where
aware.
it might be.
I'm just, and the thing is that they don't like the damage that this does, doesn't show up for like years. But it is considerable. Like if you look at the statistics, he's got an increased likelihood of drug abuse, dropping out of school, suicide, ending up homeless, having sexual difficulties, and in a very, very small number of cases, increased likelihood of going on to become an abuser of adult women. Like people don't care about the other ones, but maybe they'll care about that one. Right. So this is not insignificant. This is we protect kids from this situation for a reason. All right, let's keep going.
All right, let me just look at my time codes again. So 8:18. There's a little bit more, 30 seconds.
Dozens of videos a month and racking up millions of views. The goal isn't truth, it's virality. Now trolls have turned on Christina's friends, stalking them over pregnancies, publishing the address of a wedding she was invited to, and encouraging strangers to show up, or targeting them simply for refusing to denounce her. The intent is clear: public pressure, social shaming, and isolation by mob demand, a coordinated campaign of bullying that has nothing to do with justice.
Okay, well, do you want to know what men accused of similar crimes? They get mob justice. They get I know one.
Yeah, that guy, if it was a
was-
man, he wouldn't be going to a wedding to get harassed at.
No, he wouldn't be going to the wedding. He wouldn't be going to
He'd be in a
church.
hole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's entirely possible he'd be in a hole. I remember there was one mob that essentially sodomized a man accused of a similar crime with a branch, and I think it might have killed him. Then there was another kid in the UK who was accused of something, falsely accused, and he had the ever-living crap beat out of him by a mob. I think that she can count herself lucky. And the fact that she's comparing this to the situation for men is particularly egregious. First of all, this is like, is this actually happening, or is this just what's alleged?
This is what's alleged. These are claims made by her, like I said, the spokesperson for the family.
And what
So
is
we
it-
don't know this is happening, but it doesn't matter because it's all like very mild. Oh,
Yes.
there are people harassing her. So what? You raped a boy for like years.
know.
So you're lucky. And they're probably doing that because a part of them, I think, if it's happening, it's possible that one of the reasons why they're doing it is because they are afraid that she's actually not gonna see the justice that she deserves. And so like,
Yeah.
well, let's make her life a living hell.
Yeah.
So
And the fact that, nobody around her is taking
and
this
it's still pretty
seriously.
mild.
And-
Yeah.
But I just want to say alleged, but the evidence is not looking good for her, which is what people are responding to. And the fact that the judge, like the thing is that if she was a man, she would be in jail and this would be a moot point. Right? She'd be in jail or have a bail or have house arrest.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't be going to church. She wouldn't be going to friends' weddings. Do those friends, are there any are there any kids there? I mean, is she even allowed to do that? I thought she had to stay away from minors. Like are there no minors at that church? What is she doing at church? Okay, wait a second. I just realized something. She is supposed to stay away from minors. Are there no minors at that church? Are there no minors at that wedding? Like, think about it. What is the likelihood that there are no kids?
I know, not likely, but I think that she's not, from what I remember, what we watched so far, she's only restricted from contact with the victim. She's not.
Oh.
No.
No, she's also restricted from contact. Let me just double check.
Yeah, double check, because at least at this point in the video, this woman's giving us the recap. The judge ruled that she could not have contact with the minor and that she was going to have a GPS tracker on her. So she probably doesn't go anywhere, and this could just be drama that they're constructing to sort of emphasize her victimhood. But I think if I remember correctly, it wasn't that she couldn't be around any children. It was just that she couldn't be around that child.
Okay, so in their statement, they emphasize, wait. Yes, her release conditions explicitly bar her from contact with minors.
Okay.
Judges ordered that she have no contact with the alleged victim or anyone over 18, and she to stay
under
away
18?
from downers. Under 18, sorry, under. Okay, so she's not supposed to have contact with minors. Why is she at a church? Now, I guess it's plausible that the wedding has no minors at it, but is it plausible that a church has no kids? Like, why is she going to places where there are likely to be children? This is the question I have, right? Why is she there in the first place? And in fact, if you are a content producer who is allegedly stalking this woman, make sure she's not going anywhere with minors, and be sure to, if she is, get a photo and send that to the parties involved in making sure she doesn't violate her bond conditions or her bail conditions. Like, this is like, if she is going to churches and she's going to weddings, does she know beforehand? Is she able to control whether or not minors are at these events? Because it sounds like she shouldn't be going to them if she can't make sure there are no minors there. You see what I'm saying, Brian?
Mm-hmm.
And I really have a strong doubt that the church has no kids in it. And I'm not as strong a doubt the wedding has no kids in it, or that somebody didn't bring their kids, or how would she be able to control this? And okay, maybe she shouldn't be going to these events. Have you considered that, family of the accused? That maybe you shouldn't have put out this statement indicating that she's going to events that likely have minors at them when she's not allowed around minors. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay, keep going. This is grandizing.
Asking for fairness, we are asking you to respect due process. Like any person accused of a crime, Christina is presumed innocent.
You're not even respecting your bail conditions.
Courtroom, not on a social media platform. Reckless speculation, misinformation, and theatrical coverage do nothing to serve justice and set hard-won respect for women back decades.
What for women? How do we get to all women all of a sudden? How did that happen?
That escalated
quickly. Whoa!
If you don't leave her alone, you're gonna take away votes for women.
No, damn it!
That escalated very quickly, guys.
Yeah, I don't know how we got there.
No, I don't know either.
Okay.
Is that
has pleaded not guilty to all of the charges that she faces. She's expected back in court in January, as prosecutors are working to get all of the discovery turned over to her defense attorneys. It's not clear how this case will be resolved at this point, whether it will be through a trial or possibly a plea deal of some sort. And that.
So that's basically the end of it. That's the whole thing. So we don't know. There's
Unbelievable.
supposed to be something this month. I guess we'll find out more when we find out more, right?
That is astounding, folks.
Yep. It is.
All
Kinda
right,
wild.
it kind of wild, kind of crazy. Just the sheer audacity.
Mm-hmm.
The sheer audacity to claim this is astounding.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at counterpoints. Let's counterpoints to this. Public shaming of women is misogyny. The public shaming of women accused of sexual misconduct reflects deeply embedded patterns of misogyny that have persisted across generations. This is a case of an adult teacher and a 14 to 16-year-old boy with alleged grooming, 50 plus encounters, and a clear power imbalance. Calling scrutiny misogyny erases the boy as a victim. Would we call public outrage misandry if a male teacher were accused of doing this to a 14-year-old girl? Or would we view coverage as basic protection of children? And would we also actually be asking questions why that man is gallivanting around weddings and church where there are high probabilities of minors that he is not legally supposed to be anywhere near? And would somebody who is a spokesperson for that man describe him doing so? These are just thought experiments for the viewer. I'll leave it up to you guys. You think we'd be okay with that? Christina has become the latest target. This is again quoting their PR statement. Christina has become the latest target of this troubling phenomenon, subjected to relentless personal attacks and sexist scrutiny that ignore the legal process entirely. So apparently women who are accused of sexual crimes against minors are being subject to unfair scrutiny. She's not a target in the abstract. And this is the thing, like the misogyny nation didn't just suddenly come out of nowhere and target her. She's a named defendant in a criminal case, indicted on more than 50 felonies, including sexual assault, grooming, and indecent solicitation. And believe me, she wouldn't be charged if they didn't have good evidence. The boy, meanwhile, is not giving a name, a voice, or a public advocate in this statement. The only relentless focus they acknowledge is on the adult woman, not the minor male victim. But he just disappears. And also, again, they didn't say she is innocent. They said she is presumed innocent. That's weasel wording. That is basically when you're being asked a direct question, you reframe it into another question. You can't answer that question. You reframe it in another question. And then you answer that one. It's classic. It's a classic liar's tactic, and also a classic politician's tactic. I'll leave it up as an exercise of the viewer how much those two overlap. A double standard is stark and undeniable. The double standard is stark and undeniable. When men face accusations, we discuss evidence and procedure. When women face accusations, we attack their character, their choices, and their worth as human beings. This isn't justice. It's gender-based prosecution disguised as accountability. What? Okay, so guys, we are to believe that men are less likely to be shamed if they are if they end up being charged with 50 felonies, 50 sexual abuse felonies. They're less likely to be hounded, less likely to have their character assassinated, less likely to be publicly shamed, less likely to be stalked, right? Less likely to lose their career and their social standing. That's what they ask us to believe. In reality, male defendants in sex cases are often publicly destroyed on accusation alone, not even an arrest, not even on evidence. Just some woman somewhere said it. Treated as predators before trial,
Female defendants routinely get humanizing coverage about their attractiveness, marriages, charmed lives, and emotional turmoil, as this very segment does. Now, I know, Brian, you say that they're just sensationalizing it, but the truth is they started with this, something that you might sympathize with, which is the police coming out of nowhere and putting her into a car. That's, if you start with her, people tend to sympathize with her. And of course, they can't start necessarily with the boy because
he's a minor.
He's a minor, and hopefully he's being protected somewhat.
Yeah.
Maybe they're comparing people's treatment of her to their treatment of him. It's like, well, how come he gets protection? Why doesn't our daughter get protection? Oh, good Lord. The statement inverts the lived double standard. Male offenders are rarely framed as tragic figures whose worth as human beings we must protect from the mob. Well, female offenders frequently are. So she's basically, the thing is that she's appealing to a double standard that doesn't exist in order to monopolize, to use a double standard that does exist, which is people will think, oh, wait, maybe we should care about this woman. She's being victimized. This is a case of a woman being victimized, and that means we need to circle the wagons and protect her. And we don't have the same attitude towards men in this, certainly not in a situation like this. Yeah. Content creators stalking and hunting her. She's tracked, surveilled, photographed, and followed everywhere she goes. So-called content creators have crossed state lines to stare at her in court, and more disturbingly, to approach her directly. They've even followed her into church, where she shouldn't be in the first place. This isn't journalism or accountability. It's predatory behavior masquerading as public interest. I think that is actually of the public interest, that she's going places where there are very likely to be minors. Or is that bail condition just a suggestion, not a condition? They use the word predatory for people in pews and in the galley, but never for the adult alleged to be sexually exploiting a high school boy. The language of victimhood is reassigned from the child to the accused adult. So that's what they do, to make the predator the victim. You can concede that there may be unethical behaviors by some creators, but we have to stress that it does not convert the defendant into the primary victim, nor erase the alleged harm to the boy. The fact that they're trying to convert her into the victim has to say volumes. Not only are they not answering the question, is she innocent? They're deflecting from it. They are pretending that they're making her out to be a victim of a circumstance that doesn't relate to what she's charged with, right? So it's like they're deflecting the victimhood away from what she did too. Internet caricatures. Christina has become splintered into internet caricatures. Predator, unfaithful wife, hypocrite. Note how predator is labeled a caricature, even though the underlying allegations precisely fit predator behavior. A teacher, a special ed student, grooming from age 14, dozens of encounters in school, at home, and at home. The fact that people make viral content does not change whether the behavior described in court documents is abusive. Popularity of commentary is irrelevant to whether boys can be victims. All right, so they're looking at the evidence in the court documents, and they're saying this is evidence of her being predatory. And then they're saying, well, that's just an internet caricature, all misogyny. We are not asking for sympathy. We're not asking for sympathy. We're asking for fairness. We're asking you to respect due process. Like any person accused of a crime, Christina is presumed innocent, and her case will be decided in a courtroom, not on a social media platform. Presumption of innocence and due process are crucial, but they never demand equal empathy or privacy for the boy whose explicit texts and intimate details are read on air. So they're saying, oh, this is all salacious and we're dragging her through the mud. What about the boy? All of this is intimate stuff that he went through too. But that's not even a concern. Of course, they're not going to. I mean, honestly, like they're just going to cape for her. But we're here to point out the hypocrisy.
Yep.
Male victims and male defendants are rarely granted. This nuanced respect is dignity, and the courts decide treatment. Men's reputations and personhood are routinely sacrificed for public theater in a way this family finds unacceptable when the accused is a woman, right? And this is not because this public theater, all right, this is not the worst of it. This is just people asking her, like going up to her and saying, hey, I'd like to do an interview. Or maybe going to her church, which is another public place which she probably shouldn't be at, and just observing. And incidentally, why they aren't reporting the fact that she's going to places where minors likely are. Like again, is her bail conditions just bail suggestions? Or does this actually matter? Is there a police person going to be looking at this and saying, hey, wait a second, why are you at weddings? Are you able to control whether or not someone brings a minor? Why are you at the church? Are you able to control whether or not someone brings the minor? Does this matter? Like, this is part of her bail condition. Does no one care at this point? Was it just like, oh, wow, we're just checking a box? No, go ahead. Go to parties. Go to parties for little kids. That's fine. It's just a formality. Is that what this is for her? But anyway, it's like, it's more than men are interviewed, more than men experience people going into the courtroom and watching the proceedings, more than men experience people having opinions on the evidence that's being presented in court documents when they're accused of something. It's men who are innocent, totally innocent, based on evidence, still being accused and railroaded even after they're found innocent. It's men being stalked, beaten, sodomized, like experiencing horrific assaults. It's men experiencing losses of their career, of their entire reputation, of their entire social sphere. This woman is not experiencing anything comparable at all. And considering the absolute depth of her depravity, that's astounding. That is a testament to how much we protect women. I mean, alleged depravity. I mean, anyway.
What?
I'm just I'm good.
All right.
Those are my final words, guys. You guys want to maybe send in a super chow, feedthebadger.com/justthetip. Tell me what you think. Have I raged enough? Would you like to cap that off, Brian?
No, I mean, I've already said my piece, and I watched this video like 3 times, so I'm kind of like raged. I'm raged out on that. Yeah, I've seen what there is to be shocked by.
You're in a post-rage state.
Yeah, I am. Yeah,
That's
I'm
fine.
experiencing the fatigue of rage fatigue, I guess.
Rage fatigue. Oh man, but this is like, that is one hell of a statement, guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's one hell of a statement. Yeah, she should have presumption of innocence, although considering the evidence, good luck. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I mean, your hand is in the cookie jar, so to speak. You were caught red-handed. And again, even her family doesn't say she's innocent, and we await her exoneration on trial. They said she is presumed innocent. That is such mealy mouth. Like, it's
all they have.
It's all they have.
It's either that or they just say, you know what? Yeah, she did it. It's fucked up. I guess they could have done that.
You could have done that. They could have just been like, yeah, I don't know what happened, but she's a disgusting creature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they could have just condemned her, but
could have just condemned her. And maybe the church that she's apparently going to might want to reconsider the fact, like, do you not take it seriously that somebody at your church is a potential child sex predator? Like, is it just okay because it's a woman? And these people who are inviting her to their weddings, is that just okay? Do you somehow make sure that she's not around children at this wedding? You're like, well, I'm going to be bringing like this woman who's been charged with 50 counts of sexual predation on a minor. You might want to leave little Becky and Timmy at home for this one.
Mhm.
Do they do that? Like, oh, good Lord. This woman shouldn't be wandering around.
Yeah. Well, she might not be soon, like I said. So
Okay.
we'll see what the verdict is, but yeah.
Yeah, Richard Beer says, do I need to find you some more Bravo shite or Brian and Claire
Why?
to induce anger, I guess?
I don't know.
No.
I'm just kind of numb to them.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like
You're comfortably numb?
okay.
Are you
Well,
comfortably numb?
No, not comfortably numb. Uncomfortably numb, but numb nonetheless. I just I don't know. They don't have any new material, and I can only get so angry about the same stuff. So
You
I don't
got to
know.
find something worse, right, Richard? That's
Yeah,
what he's saying.
I guess so.
You got to plumb the depths of female dating strategy and find the
I don't know.
most
I don't know if it gets much worse than communists, but
sticky witches that you can.
yeah.
Get some more sticky witches. Okay. All right. So did anyone send a super chat? Doesn't look like it.
No
Let me
super
check.
chats, no
Let me
super
poke. Let me
chats. I'm
poke
gonna
the
check and
bowls.
see if there's any. Yeah.
Let me poke the bowls.
Go ahead and check.
Nope, doesn't look like it.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right. Once again, if you have a comment anytime after the show is over, feedthebadger.com/justthetip. We will address it at the next sensible point in time in the long stream of content that we create. So feedthebadger.com/justthetip. Oh, wait. I wanted to do an update on that the situation, the ice situation, the ice shooting.
Oh yes, right.
Yes.
Do you want to give me a link or something?
I sent you the link. It's in
I know.
there.
I'm gonna grab it. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure it's loaded up.
All right. So I've been sort of, I don't want to say raked to the coals, but I've been challenged on my position on the ice shooting. So the situation was there was a woman who was in a car who was blocking ICE agents from going to do their job. And one of the ICE agents stood in front of the car or was walking in front of the car. Another one had his arm in the door. And then she decided to floor it and hit one of the agents while the other one, to my eye, was actually possibly being dragged or holding it. Doesn't matter. Once his arm was in the cab, it is actually a lethal force situation. Now, some people said on both sides, they got upset with me. Some said that if civilians approached your car and put your arm in and you took off, you should have every right to do that because, they might be doing a carjacking. But my point in saying that putting your arm, someone's arm in your car and then you taking off is a lethal situation is not that you can't do that if somebody's threatening you, because if they're threatening you, they've already escalated the situation to something potentially lethal. But let's say you have a woman who calls over an ex and he's just leaning on her car to talk to her, and then she decides to floor it while his arm is in the car. That is a lethal escalation. That's my point. Just the action is a lethal escalation, divorced from anything else. Now, you might be right to do it if you're at fear for your life, and that doesn't include people who are allowed to carry firearms and detain you, like police, okay? But if you're in fear for your life, sure, you can escalate in that way, right? But if you're not, that's a lethal escalation. It's potentially lethal. That was my point. And then another person was really upset with me because apparently these ICE agents are just evil or something. Yes. I think that's basically the framework. And she was afraid for her life.
They were grown underneath Fangorn Forest and they grew in pods, and they were torn free from the, from the muck of the underworld, and then they were trained by Saruman in Isengard to be crossbred with orcs and human men, and then perfected as fighting ice agents. So yes, that's what, if I remember correctly, that's where they come from. I don't know if you guys know that, but they're made just for
Yeah.
one purpose, and that is to destroy immigrants and people
I
of
guess,
color and
yeah.
women.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah, so they're just evil, and we can't have any sympathy for any situation. And guys, hit the like, by the way. That's, I think that helps the channel. I don't know, maybe it doesn't because we're in a black category, but whatever. Hit the like. And I just wanted to say that we're not allowed to actually sympathize with the situation they were put in. Yes, they probably shouldn't have walked in front of the car, although behind would have been just as bad. And nor should he have put his hand in the car. ICE agents aren't usually involved in routine traffic stops, so they don't necessarily have the same procedures as cops, right? So the fact is that the more you increase the aggression on towards them, and the more you have them deal with stuff like this, the more you're going to get situations where tension boils over into lethal force. So anyway, but this is interesting because this is the newest update about the guy who was hit by the car, and it looks like he was hit by the car, guys. So that sound of the car crunching into him, it actually did hit him. So at least according to the DHS, maybe you'll say that they're liars or something.
he suffered internal bleeding, but yeah, they're probably
Oh, the
liars.
Department of Homeland Security, my old enemy, my old nemesis.
Mhm.
Okay, keep going. That just
Well, I mean, it just says
Yeah.
ICE agent struck by Renee Good's vehicle suffered internal bleeding to torso. DHS says Mayor Jacob Frey had compared ICE agent's injuries to closing a refrigerator door with his hips. Yeah, if you had the Hulk close the door, I guess.
Yeah.
The federal agent who fatally shot Renee Nicole Good in Minneapolis last week suffered internal bleeding to his torso when he was struck by her vehicle. Department of Homeland Security Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin confirmed to Fox on Wednesday the extent of the bleeding to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agent Jonathan Ross was not immediately clear. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem had previously said the agent was treated at a hospital following the incident on January 7th before being released later that same day. The health update comes after Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey previously downplayed the agent's injuries. So yeah, let me see. I mean, they're just kind of like recapping how we got here. There's nothing else about his condition. I guess I assume that he's recovering, but yeah, so that basically he suffered internal bleeding as a result. So there you go.
Well, which is not. I honestly, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, internal bleeding could
considering-
just be a bruise, I know, but the point is, it doesn't
No,
matter. His life was not. He wasn't safe. Okay, that's what matters. Like if somebody hits you with a brick and you shoot them and they die and the brick doesn't kill you, you still did the right thing because it could have killed you. There's no way of knowing. Like everybody's playing like Monday night quarterbacking and shit.
Yeah,
And
that's
the truth is, yeah, you're not there. You don't know. Like there's definitely risks anytime somebody hits you with anything. There's always a risk. That's why assault is against the law.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and
Anyway.
so the point is that was a lethal situation that she chose to put everybody in.
yeah,
These actions have consequences.
exactly.
All right. So what they were saying that what were they saying that it was just a bruise?
Well, no, I mean internal bleeding could be a bruise because that's what a bruise technically is. But the point is, it just says internal bleeding to torso, so we don't know the extent of it, but it could be something minor, but it might not be. I don't know. Like I said, we haven't heard anything about his condition, but it's kind of irrelevant, as I was saying, because it could have been serious, it could have been nothing, but there's just no way of
Yeah.
knowing, you know?
Well, I think the point is that this would probably have been a substantial hit.
If he hadn't shot her.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, or to the other guy. I mean, who knows? Again, you know.
I'm just determining what this means exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So internal bleeding in the torso, that probably is not a bruise. Here, internal bleeding to the torso means the crash caused bleeding inside the agent's chest or abdominal category, not an external cut or bruise.
He did double over. So it's
In
probably
blunt
in
force
his
trauma, like being hit by a vehicle, internal bleeding in the torso usually comes from damaged organs or blood vessels. For example, liver, spleen, lungs, or major vessels with blood collecting inside the chest or abdomen. This type of bleeding can be life-threatening even if the person looks okay from the outside, because significant blood loss or pressure on organs can lead to shock, breathing problems, or organ failure if not treated quickly. So no, this wasn't a bruise. At least based on this terminology, it means that she hit him hard enough that something inside his abdomen, his body cavity, started bleeding. Maybe a ruptured blood vessel or maybe a ruptured organ. So this is not small. And honestly, I don't know why you wouldn't realize that, considering the sound of the thump. Like, that was pretty substantial. And yet I still think that, and we won't know for sure until if we ever get testimony, I think it probably was his partner or his colleague being in a situation where he might be dragged. That might have been what he was responding to. Right? Because he managed to do the shots after he got thumped.
Yeah.
But the colleague was still attached to the car even prior to the first shot.
Sure.
It was the first shot. I watched this. I'm pretty sure it's the first shot where he finally gets free of the car and recoils back, which suggests there was something pulling his arm or holding his arm. I'm not saying it was her, not saying it wasn't her. It could have been that she caught his sleeve on something in her car, right?
Sure.
But you see that agent being pulled forward or running forward, whatever, and then the shot fires, and then suddenly he's released and his arm goes back. It recoils. So, I mean, who knows? We'll have to wait until more testimony comes out before we can find out what exactly happened. Although, what's clear, one, her moving with his arm in the car, and she was stopped. She had backed up, and then he went in, put his arm in the car, which he shouldn't have done because that's not procedure, but that's, that is an issue of procedure. Okay. It doesn't change the fact that the moment his arm was in the car and she accelerates forward, that is textbook case lethal escalation. And then we also have the fact that she hit the other officer hard enough to cause internal bleeding. So it's not looking good for the charge of complete innocence. And yes, this is really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate that people are in this state where they think they're engaging in a holy war against patriarchy, trying to stop ICE from doing its job. What do you think ICE was doing under Obama? Right? Like the same thing, except now.
But Obama's a good guy that does good things and believes the right stuff, and Trump is not those. He believes the bad things and the bad stuff. So we have to oppose him. Don't you get it, Allison? It's very simple. You just don't get it because you believe also the bad stuff or some bad stuff. So yeah, you got to believe the good stuff. This is what adult intellectual people do.
Yeah, but these guys, you also realize they would have been doing this job under Obama, probably a lot of them, right? And they don't care. Like the people who are doing this don't care. These are just guys doing a job, right? A job that they have been trained to do. Like that's what it is. So you might not like the person who's in charge now, but this is a job that they've been doing probably well before Trump came in, maybe even while Obama was in. So it's like you are targeting people who they're not Orakai torn from the earth. They're just dudes doing a job. Okay. And it's just frustrating. because it
Yeah.
seems like people are just looking for a holy crusade against patriarchy. And they're finding it in guys who are just trying to do a job. Okay. All right. So, and I did want to push back on one thing that you said, Brian. I know that there's been a long history of extremists on the left who engage in bombing and all kinds of other stuff. But this seems to be more just the radicalization of much more average people. See what I'm saying? And more of them. And I think it's because we've had now